So lesson 36, lesson 36. Okay, so we are on page 175. So let's kick it off with different types of triangles. Sweet. So first off, there's an acute triangle. Ian, can you read the definition of what an acute triangle is?
If one of the
175, page 175. It's at the very bottom of the page. Where it says, if all three angles.
Oh, I didn't know that was. If all three angles are acute, the triangle is an acute triangle. And one of them, but does that physically tell me what an acute triangle is?
Yes, it does. So what you said there, all three angles have to be an acute angle. So what that means is this angle here, and this angle right up here. So all three of those angles for the acute triangle are all smaller than 90. Okay, so all the angles are smaller than 90 degrees. That would be an example of an acute triangle. When you have a right triangle, Evan, can you read the definition of a right triangle? Bingo. So one thing you look for is if one of the angles looks like an L shape. Or sometimes when they even make it easier, they'll put in that little 90-degree angle mark right there. That's when you know it's going to be a right triangle right away. Okay, so right triangles, they have a right angle. Acute triangles, they have all angles that are smaller than 90. And then an obtuse angle, I'll read that one. If one of the angles is obtuse, then the triangle is an obtuse triangle. So let's look at this big angle right here. So Ian, see that big angle that I highlighted in yellow? So is that angle bigger or smaller than 90 degrees? It's bigger. It's a lot bigger. That's probably about 150 to 120 degrees. So yep, that would be considered an obtuse angle because there is one angle in there that is larger than 90. Degrees? If I would have to measure it with a compass. So yes, I would have to actually measure that out. Or, which is what you guys are going to get into later, is we will actually be given angles, and then you will have to find the missing angle. So that's what we're leading up to right now. So then we have a few more different types of triangles. So we have this right here. All the angles are equal. That's called equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle. It says equal right in the name, so that means all the angles are equal. Mine doesn't look perfect, so they do spell equal different, yeah. And then there's an isosceles triangle, which is kind of what mine looks like a little bit more, so I'll make it a little more exaggerated. Isosceles. So an isosceles triangle, two of the angles are the exact same. So for example, in this example that I have up on the board, those two angles are the same. And equilateral, all three of these angles are the same. Okay, equilateral, all angles are the same. Isosceles, just two of those angles are the same. And then a scalene triangle is just when all three sides are different. So scalene, that's a little bit too close. There we go. So this would be scalene, which is what you're going to be working with most of the time. So this angle is different from that one, then that's also a different one. So all those angles are, or all those sides are different. All those sides are going to be different. So that would be a scalene triangle. Okay. Yeah. or like a gnome's hat? Yep. Teepee. Yep. All right. So,
Oh, wow.
yes.
Shark fin
Yep.
on the side.
Shark bait. Ooh, ah, ah. All right. So there we go. So that's your guys' lesson right there, is just going over which which triangle is which. So is it isosceles? Is it scalene? Is it equilateral, acute, right, or is it obtuse? Yes, Aries. I'm going to be doing your guys' math here. So Ellen, what's your question? Need help on one? Okay, I'll be there. One quick minute. Aries, what was your thing you were going to